Jadon Sancho has had a tough start to life at Manchester United. Everybody expected the 70 million plus winger to be scoring goals left, right and centre immediately. And he hasn't. But this is my message to Jadon Sancho and also to Manchester United fans. Because I want to do it. I want to give my support to Jadon. He's not going to watch this. I mean, why would he? He's got better things to do with his life. But you might. And look, I don't get any sort of anger towards Sancho. I get frustration, of course, because he's not hit the ground running. But this is my message to Sancho. If you do enjoy it, if you do agree with it, please drop a like on it, share it. Hell, tag Jadon Sancho on it. Why not? Please subscribe to United People's TV if you're new. But Jadon, this one's a message for you, mate. And I want to make one thing very clear from the start of this video. I'm not even slightly worried about Jadon Sancho's slow start to life at Manchester United. He had a slow start last year with Dortmund in Bundesliga after, his move to United didn't happen. And we all know what happened towards the end of that season. I'm going to run through all of the stats. He's been here before, ladies and gentlemen. And he's come through it shining. And he's going to do the big thing again. And for me, one thing is hugely important. To take a step back with Sancho and remember just how incredible a player we have signed in Jadon Sancho. Don't you dare try and mention Pepe's name next to him. He's clear of Pepe. Sancho really is a generational talent. And if you look at what he did in the Bundesliga, he set all sorts of records all the way through his time at Dortmund.
Jadon Sancho becomes the first under-19 to score 25 Bundesliga goals. What an achievement for him.
The first under-19s player to hit 25 goals.
Goal number 30 of his career as well. The youngest player to reach that tally in the Bundesliga, overtaking Kai Havertz.
The youngest player ever to reach 30 goals in the Bundesliga ahead of Havertz. Mate, Sancho, his stats are mad. We need to take a step back and look and remember this. If you look at 17-18 season, his breakthrough campaign at Dortmund, 21 appearances, 5 goals, 7 assists. It's okay, but it's a good start for him. And then it just gets ridiculous, really. 18-19, 43 appearances in all competitions, 13 goals and 20 assists.
He racked up 17 goals and 16 assists in the 1920 season. Since the start of data collection, no Bundesliga player had ever before managed more than 15 goals and 15 assists in a single season.
The year later, 44 appearances, 20 goals and 20 assists. He reached double figures in the same season. And last year, where he had such a slow start to the campaign for Dortmund, he finished with 38 appearances, 16 goals and 20 assists, nearly the exact same in 6 less games. Sancho is only 21. And that's something you kind of got to take a step back and remember with Sancho, don't you? Because he's achieved so much already in his career. He's 18 months younger than Rashford, and he's already achieved this much. People say, oh, well, he's not achieved that much. He's only won the Super Cup. But I mean, in terms of how good a player he is by the age of 21, he has achieved a lot. And he is a trailblazer, man. For him to have gone to Dortmund, to Germany, he turned his back on City, especially the City that were coming through. Hell of a risk. Took it. Paid off. All credit to him. So he's a trailblazer for other people like Jude Bellingham. Wouldn't be in Dortmund if it wasn't for Sancho. And I genuinely think it's floodgates with Sancho. As soon as he gets that first goal, it's all going to come flooding back.
Now's the chance. Sancho on his own. He's got past his man. Jadon Sancho to score. No mistakes this time. Jadon Sancho breaks that duck for the season. And it was done with skill, precision and timing.
Because it's exactly what happened in the Bundesliga last season.
Come on!
And as soon as he starts, it's going to be tasty. Everyone's going to get him in their goddamn Fantasy Premier League team straight away. All the people doubting Sancho as well. People would love to see Sancho fail because he's joined Manchester United and they'd love that. But Sancho will know that pressure and I don't think he's struggling with it. I think he's been slightly overshadowed by Ronaldo's return, for sure. And he struggled. But of course, so has basically everybody else in this United team. Playing Sancho on the left doesn't really work, in my opinion. I know he's played there for Dortmund, and I know he can do a good job there, but he's better on the right. And that's why I'm excited to see the return of Marcus Rashford, because for me, it's going to bring that balance back to the team. Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, with Ronaldo through the middle and Bruno sitting in the number 10 role. That's when you're going to get the most out of Jadon Sancho. You look at his partnership with Erling Haaland at Dortmund. It was electrifying. It really was. And that was because they had such a sort of almost like telekinetic partnership, but also the speed of the football they played. They loved hitting on the counter-attack. So do United. They love playing through with pace. So do United. We need to do that to get the most out of Jadon Sancho. So in the same way as some people are frustrated with how Sancho started his United career, I'm frustrated with how we've not made it easy, really, for Sancho in the start of his United career. Playing him on the left, playing him through the middle, playing him on the right, switching the formation, switching the teams, playing him on the right-hand side, Ollie. Let him have that position. That is why we signed him, all right? When we were linked with Sancho, we were never at any point putting Jadon Sancho on the left-hand side and seeing how he fit in. Every time we looked at the starting 11 that could happen if Sancho was signed, he was on the right. Rashford was on the left. And now finally with Rashford back from his shoulder injury and surgery, that's what we're going to see. But for me, as I said, I'm not even slightly worried about Jadon Sancho. Not even one iota. Maybe I'm naive to do that. Do you think I am? Let me know in the comments below. But for me, Jadon Sancho is going to be a superstar at United. It is a case of when and not if. And of course, there's going to be frustrations that it hasn't happened just yet. But it didn't happen last season with Dortmund until it did. And then he blew it all away. 16 goals and 20 assists after a season where he really didn't take off that well. Those numbers are absolutely stupid. And I can't wait to see Sancho, that version of Sancho, tear it up at Manchester United. Because when he does, we're going to be frightening. We really are going to be frightening. We need that sort of quality on the right-hand side. And we need Rashford back on the left-hand side. Because I know there's been so much frustration around this United team so far this season. It's because we're looking at the quality of the players we've got. Players like Sancho that we've signed there. Players like Ronaldo, Varane. And we're like, why are we not as good as we should be on paper? That I do agree with. But Sancho, I just wanted to send a message to United fans saying, look, man, anybody who's trying to write Sancho off, get in the bin. I don't think that's any United fans, to be fair. But anybody sort of criticising him, hyper-criticising him, just support him, man. Support him and he will come good. As I said, it's a case of when and not if with Sancho. And I don't understand the hyperbole behind the frustration right now. As I said, if you look at last season, he didn't score in the first 7 games, I don't believe, for Dortmund in the Bundesliga. After his failed move to United, I think he was a little bit frustrated at being there. It's a little bit didn't know where he wanted to be. And then he kicked on and was incredible again for Dortmund. That's the player we all want to see sign for United. But we have to play, and this is a big thing, right? We've got to play with pace in the team. Slow the game down too much, you're not going to get the most out of Sancho. When you let Sancho run at a player with pace and you've got players running in behind and making runs, that's when you're going to get the most out of Jadon Sancho. That's when you're going to see the Sancho play for United, the one that we thought we signed from Dortmund, the one we have signed from Dortmund. But so far, we haven't really seen it.
And now here goes Jadon Sancho.
That was skillfully done. Jadon Sancho, the young Englishman, beautifully done. His technique is a joy to behold.
But he's going to come good, ladies and gents. And this is my message of support, both to Jadon Sancho and both to United fans as well, man. Like, just get behind him, support him. Because when he hits his form, and as I said, it's a case of when and not if. No questions asked. He's not going to turn into, Pepe's had his moments, but he's not going to be one of those players that comes from the Bundesliga or a foreign league and comes into the Premier League and struggles with the pace of the Premier League. There's cliches that don't apply to Sancho, in my opinion. It's just he's had a very slow start. And I wanted to do this video just as a gentle reminder to remind you just how incredible Sancho is and how incredible the player is that we've signed. Tore it up in the Bundesliga for years. 21, he established himself, an absolute trailblazer out in European football. Goals and assists galore. 18, 19, 13 goals, 20 assists. 19, 20, 20 goals and 20 assists. 2021, 16 goals and 20 assists. Don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. Support Sancho, support United, support everything that's going on at the moment. We've got to focus on the positives of the club right now. Solskjaer, so many of you are angry about him. I'm not speaking about that anymore. I've made my opinion about that very, very clear. And I want to make my opinion clear here is that Sancho's got 100% of my support. He should have 100% of yours because when he starts firing, and he'll start firing soon, whether that's Leicester, whether that's Atalanta in the Champions League, it's going to start happening soon. And when it does, man, he's going to tear it all down. And I can't wait to see that. So Jadon, keep trying, keep fighting. What we saw against Everton, really, I saw Sancho running at players again. It wasn't like electrifying as such, but you saw moments. I want more of those moments. Allow Sancho to have those opportunities, and he's going to take them. I just wanted to say that. You let me know what you think about Sancho's start to United so far. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and if you did enjoy it, make sure you subscribe to United People's TV if you're new. Until next time, take it easy.